Righto, we've just approved the comprehensive recommendation in full, as well as clapping, I hope you realised. Item 10 is the budget reallocation for the new community facility at Avondale to Hautū, and Kay is probably still waiting in the wings there to see what happens. She is. Thank you, Kay, for at least giving me a picture of what it looked like. I've got Claudia Weiss, Angela Clark and Hannah Elaine, I believe, coming towards the table for this item. The purpose is to seek approval to reallocate existing FAO local board funding to the Avenue Community Centre. We do have an amended recommendation, which I suggest you all read. It's to approve the reallocation of 15 million years from one year to the next, and from the FAO Aquatic Centre, so that they can get this thing underway. We note that the overall combined budget for both of them doesn't change, and there's a third bit there is so that they're reminded, don't show up in 2 or 3 years and ask for more, because that's what you're doing. A reallocation has some associated consequences and disciplines. But I know Kay is nodding her head, so she's fully aware of this. And with that proviso, I must admit, it makes it a bit more swallowable for those of us who are worried about a long-term plan, which looks like a very steep mountain to climb. Thank you for that bit there to get, so you understand that. I've made absolutely sure it's coming from the pool project, so the pool might be only 25 metres and not an Olympic pool, but still. Claudia Weiss.
Kia ora koutou katoa. I'm actually going to kindly pass over to my team here, who are going to introduce the program and why we've come to these recommendations. Thank you.
Kia ora tātou, ko Hannah Elaine toko ingoa, kei Regional Services and Strategy, a hoi mahi ana. Tēnā koe, Your Worship, tēnā koutou katoa, councillors, and kai mahi. I work in Regional Services and Strategy. My name is Hannah Elaine. This is Angela Clark, and I use she, her pronouns. The FAO Local Board have requested we come and speak with you today. Is there a presentation somebody could put up, please?
We're doing the very low technology version today.
But I had an image for you.
No, I still haven't seen this bloody thing. So I think the next month's ones we're doing in semaphore.
Okay.
Focus is on the gentleman to my right. His concerned face is not looking encouraging.
Yes, I'll just carry on.
Well, you might have to carry on, otherwise we're going to be looking at pictures of storm damage, which is probably not going to help you.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Have we got a copy printed out? Thank you. Okay. Avondale's current community centre is in poor condition. It has been operating as a venue for hire since January 2013. Thank you. Because of its poor condition, without investment, the facility can stay open for another 18 to 24 months. A new integrated facility has been designed for the town centre, taking advantage of the Unlock Avondale mahi that Ihi Panuku are delivering. Ihi Panuku have used the Public Works Act to acquire the site for Te Hono in the town centre. And the allocated budget is insufficient to complete construction of Te Hono. And Te Pōri a Rohe o FAO have identified Te Hono as their priority and would like to reallocate the pool budget to ensure its prompt completion. The allocation of decision-making for non-regulatory tables states that local boards are allocated decision-making responsibility for the following non-regulatory activities of Auckland Council. Local community development and facilities, including the number of new local community facilities in their specific location, design, build and fit out within budget parameters agreed with the governing body. As budget parameters for Te Hono and Whau Aquatic were set by the governing body, the decision to reallocate within these parameters must be approved by the governing body, and that is why we are here today. Now, if you could just imagine, there's a map up there. It's a map of Whau local board, and then it's highlighting the Avondale area and showing you where the new facility will go. Significant development is well underway in Avondale. It is mostly high-density housing close to or within the town centre. Ah, there we go. Thank you so much. So I've said all that. I read that out. There's our map. Okay. Community space is important for our residents who live in high-density housing, like the housing that's going up in central Avondale. There's a picture of the proposed facility, and the map on the left is a closer up image. It shows the site of Te Hono, the circle down the bottom there, and the site of the current facilities, the circle up the top there, the library and community centre, which will be sold to fund this project. We estimate the future funding gap at $11.4 to $15 million. We have a confirmed budget of 27 to 28.6 million, and this includes the proceeds of sale. The project was reassessed through a value engineering process. The facility design was changed to reduce construction costs. This included reducing the number of stories and changing construction materials from timber to concrete and steel. There are multiple and cumulative reasons for the cost increase. These are outlined in the report, but the main reason is the increased cost of construction materials and labour. Given the significant increase in forecast construction costs, we have reassessed the costs and benefits of the project. There has been little change to the information since 2017. Avondale still has higher levels of socio-economic deprivation than most parts of Tamaki Makaurau. And so as we continue to focus investment on communities of need, the case for improved community services in Avondale is as justified now as it was in 2017. As well as reviewing the original indicative business case, we also investigated different funding options. And we've summarised them into these two options. One, to allocate additional funding through the LTP, and one to reallocate the Whau Aquatic budget now. Acknowledging the risk to the board's pool budget, moving budget now is the most prudent approach to ensuring there is enough budget to start and finish the project. If we wait another 9 months for LTP, presuming it is approved, there will still be delays in construction of Te Hono and the new civic space. We can expect costs to increase by approximately $2 million over that 9 months. Waiting another 9 months increases the risk of further delays after that as contractors move on to different projects. And it also risks decreasing funding for other initiatives that LTP money could be spent on. The reallocation of the faux aquatic budget here today allows the Te Hono project to continue, reduces risk of further delays and cost escalation, and the funding is contained with an existing local board envelope. Hautū.
Okay, well, there'll be a couple. It's interesting to note that you could have had the money for Te Hono earlier last year had your local councillor and one or two other voted in favour of the airport share sales, but they didn't listen to you. It is annoying to me that this is coming now rather than through the LTP process, but at least with that item, clauses B and C, it is limiting in terms of its damage. So I'll take, are there any questions other than those points I've made, or otherwise we'll go to a vote on this. Councillor Williamson has a question.
Yeah, Mayor, I'm really concerned about this in terms of trying to assess the relativity of a bid relative to a whole lot of other pressures on spending. This seems to have been a reasonably isolated element. I think it's... Can I just check, can I ask some questions? Is this money coming out of local board money?
Yes.
So it's local board money that they've been allocated?
Yes.
All right, okay. And there are no other competing pressures for this sum of money, because is it ring-fenced to that board?
Yes. It is ring-fenced to the faux aquatic development.
Okay. All right. It just seems to me that it's getting ahead of what we're trying to do in the LTP, but
it's annoying but not damaging, and they have accepted the codicil that it comes out of the aquatic fund in the future, and that they will not be asking for more, or they certainly won't get it even if they do. So they have accepted a level of discipline, and that's good. And that's two good things. We've had Comet who've accepted asking for less, and this lot here who are accepting that they're not going to ask for more as a result of shifting some budget. So there are signs, the green shoots of discipline coming. Councillor Henderson. On that basis, I'll mover and seconder for this. I have a mover from Councillor Leone and a seconder from Councillor Turner. There's a comment from Councillor Baker.
Yeah, thanks. I just want to commend the local board on their approach in two ways. Firstly, the pragmatic way of optimisation, where they're not trying to hold on to some sort of asset that is obviously past its use by date. So I commend you on that, Kay, well done. And also your willingness to look inside your own budgets and not turning up here and asking us to give you more money. And I absolutely commend you for that, because I've been critical of that in the past for local boards. So well done and thank you.
I think everyone agrees with that. Councillor Ferry.
Thank you. I'd just like to briefly speak in favour of this, echo the points that Councillor Baker's already made. I would note that the airport share proceeds were for paying down debt, Your Honour, not Your Honour. What am I like? Your Worship, not for specific projects. So
at least you're not calling me Bishop.
Maybe next time. But I would note that, you know, your comment before about my learning colleague to my right, I thought was quite unfair. However, one of the reasons I support this is because actually this creates a really good sub-regional asset as well, that for some people in my community this will actually be the closest library and community centre, even though they're over the ward boundary. So, yeah, I think this is a great little project that just needed a little bit more money to happen, and well done to Hautū Local Board for finding that money and coming up with a really practical solution. Thank you.
Councillor Fully.
Kia ora, thank you, Chair, and I just want to tautoko the comments that have been made by Councillor Baker and Ferry, and also as coming from the local board space, I understand how difficult it can be for local boards when they're having to prioritise and reprioritise, and when you've got a specific aspiration, for example, the pool in this case, that you then have to rejig and reallocate from in order to achieve something else that is achievable. So I commend the local board for that, and I look forward to what looks like a wonderful build that will benefit not just that area, but as Councillor Ferry has said, it's more like a sub-regional type of community centre, and I'm sure that I'll be going there many times once it's built as well. Kia ora, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Leone, then Councillor Filipaina.
Look, again, of course, I just want to tautoko the, this moving forward. I know that there's been a number of presentations, and again to UK and your leadership with the Hautū Local Board, and looking outside the square for us to get this done. So huge mahi to the local board and the mahi that you've been doing, and all of the staff as well. So looking forward to getting this moving forward. Kia ora.
Councillor Filipaina, please.
Thank you, Chair. Three things I just want to say, and it's from the PowerPoint presentation from Kay. One of them is that it can progress with minimal delays and cost escalations. Second one, Eke Panuku's public groundworks can proceed integrated with the centre. The last comment for me, and I tautoko what's been said by everybody around that, is council's reputation is maintained with the community in mana whenua. So congratulations to the staff that ended up presenting on this, because it also warmed my heart with some of the comments that you have made in regards to why this needs to carry on. So kei to you, ngā mihi ki a koe, to our staff, ngā mihi ki a koutou katoa. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Okay, has it been moved and seconded? Yes. All those in favour of the comprehensive recommendation in full, please say aye.
Aye.
To the contrary?
Yeah, I'd like to record I know I'll be uniquely alone, but I don't feel comfortable with this, so I want to record a no.
No, it's recorded. Please, that means it's carried, but with one. Thank you very much for that. I'm now going to adjourn for half an hour for lunch. Thank you very much so far. Kay's apparently putting on sandwiches somewhere.